with Uncle Morris, with his family, and I had a bedroom. We all had divided. And he slept with me. And he got used. You think they're doing the right thing, getting soup? No. You don't hold a baby all the time. Live in freedom. See how he played on the couch. He has to have moving around. And then they'll hold him and carry him around. It's not doing the right thing, but who's going to tell everybody? Maybe it's a style, I don't know. I know they have to have more activity. The baby knows.
What
And a baby has to cry sometimes. Let him cry a little.
So you had him out in a cottage? You had sit at a cottage?
Huh?
It was in a cottage?
In a veranda for the summer.
Where?
Near Windsor.
In Canada.
And we were 3 families, and the husbands used to come Saturday for Sunday, and stayed over a day, and then back to home. And we didn't
By the water? By the lake?
Yeah, it was nice. I had in the young till we got sick, get the depression.
So you had
everything.
Nice clothes?
We were the first one to get a car.
What kind of car did you get?
The first one was an old Ford, a second-hand. And I was so mad at him. I said, I don't want a car. He said, but it'll be handy. You'll go in the evening. It was like always in the store. Years ago, you kept the store till 9 o'clock, the earliest. And he bought it. And then we traded in for a new sedan. Oh, it was then already. I moved to Montreal and moved already in the other house. Oh, the first one, no, not then or then. We had to take everybody for a ride. Well, my brother Morris didn't have, Benny didn't have, Peter Shane didn't have. Then we had to take everybody. And then from that Ford, we bought a Dodge sedan. That was already the biggest thing there.
A brand new one?
I know, yeah, new one. Sure.
Do you remember what it cost?
Yeah, I remember the green car, very nice inside the holsters and everything. That was very easy. We did very well, see. Then we bought rented out the other house, the two for another, and bought the new house. They were building that in that section. And the house wasn't complete yet when we bought it.
What street was that on?
Grand Avenue.
On Grand Avenue?
That time, our house was the third house. They just started to build full-in between Dexter section. Then we bought the house because Sidney was already of age to go to school. He started at kindergarten. But my husband didn't want to have him in their school. They were coming already, black people. And he had a boyfriend next door, a little black boy, and he was straight with him. He didn't like that. Years ago, the black people really was chased away. Like the Jews were straight, but that was chased from me.
Same thing.
Yeah. Then we bought the new house, brand new, beautiful. With all French windows, with French doors, with beautiful divided living room to the beautiful paper. It was something to see. Then depression came.
Before it came, though, things were pretty good.
We lived there till the kids were started already high school.
And the kids had anything they needed. They had everything, huh?
Yeah, they had it, everything. Till the depression came. Then when Doris got in already a little in the depression. For the children, they had the clothes that my husband used to make. His clothes, I used to make Doris's clothes. Then when Doris started kindergarten, the teacher asked when she'll grow out of it, to sell it to home. When they come from the street, they have a family with 3 little boys. Then one woman came from Antwerp and said, I said, if Sid will grow out, Dad'll grow out from his little sword, I should sell it to them. When I did, he grew out of it, and so one day she comes, oh, he do me a favor if he's not wearing it already. My little boy, he's going to take all the tonsils, and I want to dress him up. And I sold him. He, we both in that line. Then he made a lot of things. He made other things. He made the little pants, I made the little blouses that were dressed in the nicest. And myself too, I used to make my own dresses. Anyhow, we had it good. Till the depression came, we got sick. Then it was bad.
Did Sid and...
They lost the other house, they lost the new house, they lost the downtown business. And it was very hard on him. He liked to make money. It was a sport.
And what happened to him? What happened to him after the depression?
After the depression?
Yeah, what happened to...
Then he got sick. He
Yeah.
was sick for a couple of years. He didn't feel good. But the end was that we started to make already. The business was already, we moved on Shade Street. And he used to go to Chicago and buy second-hand clothes. And after he died, I used to go myself. I knew already the stores, the names of the clothes. I was to New York to buy.
How old was he when he died? How old was he when he died?
How old was he when he died? 49.
49.
That's young.
Yeah.
For 50 years. He was 6 years older than I.
So then you had to raise... Then you had to take care of Sid and Doris by yourself?
I stayed in the store till Sidney was drafted. I made enough to pay my rent, pay for my apartment rent, but it was a very hard life.
So he
Dad
was...
used to come from school to the store, and otherwise I stayed myself. It's a men's store. I had to sell second-hand clothes, and I have to fix them, shorten them. I'll never forget once a man tried on a pair of pants at a fitting room, and I had to shorten them. Then it was the tailor, and he felt very sorry for me. Then anything I needed, he said, come and ask me, and I'll help you, and I'll tell you what to do. Then he told me pants you have to take from inside.
You have to measure. You have to measure.
Then he said you could measure it from the side, from one end to the other, how long. Then I go and do what he said, measure. He said, what's the matter? He knew that the man knew it was a Goyish trade. We had the trade from Dutch factory. We had the store, I closed. Then he said, you could measure here, it wouldn't bite you.
He wouldn't bite you?
Don't ask. Such a feeling.
Sure.
And I got frightened. That was the hard. After I sold the store and went to work, that was other way.
Where did you go to work?
Boy, sewing, alteration. Men's and ladies at Cobo Cleaner.
So you went
I worked there for 25 years.
straight from the store to Kobo's? Straight from your own store to Kobo?
Yeah. That hell, that we got already enough it. You know, that we already, yeah. And Doris went to school, she managed. She used to work every vacation time, every weekend. And Daddy too. He hated the store. It was hard on him.
Yeah.
See, he used to get up early in the morning the first year, and he died. I wanted him to say Kaddish, you know. Then he used to go 6:30 in the morning to a show, was right close by in Hampton. And he hated the Yiddish. He said, Ma, you think what they're doing? They talk about their women. He was young, he was 19 years old. Then they died, he was My husband died, he was 19 and Doris was exact 15. And 2 young kids. What do you do? I didn't want to send him to work, I wanted him to go to college.
When did he start in college?
Huh?
When did Dad start college?
Who?
Sid.
Sid in Bay.
When? How old was he?
He was 16 when he entered Way. He was very good.
And he was in school and working?
Yeah. Then through the vacation, summer, he worked on the playground. No, he worked, Doris worked on the playground. And he worked, where did he work? I forgot of it. No, I think he worked in the playground too. But anyhow, they worked through the whole summer.
Uh-huh.
Doris was in a camp where she met Paul.
A summer camp?
Yeah, in a camp to do art and craft. I know, in Sidwell, you're on a playground.
Mm-hmm.
Then he worked in a factory, in dance factory, on the boulevard for vacation time.
And he worked carrying
Or come, or right from work, come to the store and stay with me at 9 o'clock. And then come home, I had to make meals. I had to do laundry. They're not like now, you wear the shirt that you don't have to work.
Yeah.
Then when he came from the army, he worked for the government as a social worker. And then he had to wear white pressed collars.
So you had to iron every...
Then Sunday came, I worked so hard. I had to do my laundry every day. Saturday night after closing up the store, I enjoyed it 10 o'clock. We had to stop at Westminster to do shopping for the week. I could ride up with
It's a lot of work. And so...
It was hard. But we have all good now.
Yeah.
When I come to that house, or when they take trips and they live like that, Gary, I could jump in the air on the same with Doris. If it wouldn't have happened without the boys. But still, it's a beautiful place. Although it's all paid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big, they have a house was all paid. Instead of buying stock or so,
She
they
bought the
were
house.
advised where they paid. And that was just built a brand new, beautiful place, a beautiful section. You come there, you just beautiful, very, very wealthy people live there. And a beautiful pool just across the windows.
Uh-huh.
But I feel plenty sorry for her.
So you had it tough
So
too.
young and
So your children, both your children married?
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And this thing, Kenneth. And
And-
Kenneth is doing so well.
How many grandchildren do you have?
Now I have 6.
6? And how
I
many?
have 6 grandchildren and 6 great children.
6
And
great
it's so
grandchildren.
funny, yeah. And so funny. 3 boys, the great children, and 3 girls. That's nice. When you love them, you really crazy for the little ones.
Uh-huh.
And I really have, I'm a very economic person. I do everything, I do my own. There are women here that don't do nothing.
You have your own place, you take care of everything?
Yeah, and I take care of everything, and then if I want something, I don't deny anything, and I like to give gifts for the little ones, for everyone. There comes a Hanukkah. What do you give them? That already, the oldest one knows already a lot of money. Can I hold it 6? I'll even give the baby. I gave him a nice gift when he was 4. Then I manage. I get a bonus from my husband being in the army.
So now
That
it's,
helps me.
now it's not so bad, huh?
Huh?
It's not so bad now. You have your
I have
children
to
and...
use it. I get $50 a month
Uh-huh.
from his being in the service. Then it covers my, I use a lot of money for vacation. I
Mhm.
take a lot of medication. And I get a good social security.
Okay. But now you have your children, you have your grandchildren.
Yeah, well, they're doing well, every one of them. Who would be married? It would be a complete. But she sang, she called me today. I said, I talked to you Friday. I was calling her and she came in. She would not miss our gig, not to talk to me. And sometimes twice. And she's very pleased that she got a job. That's already signed. And she took Doris yesterday to meet the principal. He's a very nice man, principal. She knew from another school. In a nice school, and she started in right up the nose.
It's wonderful.
Then if she is waiting, then it's all for me to think about her.
Then you don't have to worry.
No, then I don't worry. I know she makes a living. And I see her. She came out last winter. She and Nancy, Kenneth couldn't make it. They just had a baby. And she got an infection, she got sick, the mother, Manya. Then he couldn't leave. But otherwise, they were all surprising. And Nancy flew into Chicago and met on the same airplane. Sue came in, and they came in here.
Together.
And we had a beautiful weekend. Celebrate Doris' 65th birthday.
Well, that's wonderful.
Oh, it was so nice. It was a beautiful part of your life. It was beautiful.
So,
Thank God for Ma. Ma said, if Ma wouldn't help me, I can do all this. The shopping alone is for me a big thing. We are not close to a shopping center, but it's walking. And I'm afraid I shouldn't fall.
so after
In a nice weather, I'll take her.
you still take care.
But see, I like when Daddy takes me and brings him, start looking where to put it, you throw this in there, and throw it, you know, so that where it go. There you let my best and get it too.
So now,
he's busy with the baby.
yeah.
But otherwise, when they'll go away, Gary takes me out and he takes me shopping and he clothes and shit. It's very nice.
Gary's baby is very young.
Yeah, cool.
Just born.
He's cute.
He's cute.
Yes,
And
sure. And he's a good baby. They don't know, but I know.
You can
I
tell.
didn't hear it, so yes, it's my baby.
Yeah.
He don't cry much. A baby has to cry a little, but he's good. I used to go walk around a whole night when that was a baby. He never slept through all night. When he was already very big, he knew. He used to say, why is he crying? I was hungry. He talked very young, and walked very young.
Huh.
I was hungry.
How old was he when he started talking?
Uh-huh.
How old was he?
He was maybe a year and a half old. He started to talk that I even don't remember how old he was. He was just, I remember like today, I had one of my nuns here visiting, and she asked me, how old is he when he talks like that? I say he talks all the time. He started very young, walk and talk, and Doris too. They were very smart babies. And they're both smart grown up too. Doris is a very smart girl. She could get a job anytime. She runs the whole, the managing the whole
The whole office.
office.
It's good.
She went to school for that after she divorced. She went and took the software school. She used the computers and machines and she managed the big office. She's the head of the office.
That's wonderful.
She didn't want to go back to teach. And she went to school and got a job and the liked her very much. Her boss lives just across her garage home. Not that whether sometimes she can drive the car, they take her to work. Very nice people. And she's liked very much in the office. If any trip comes up, she gets it first.
That's great.
She was all over.
So you've gotten to travel a little bit too. You've done some traveling too.
Yeah, she travels a lot.
You have traveled.
I did. I went a lot of places.
Where
But
did you?
now I'm so afraid.
Yeah.
Like I went to Nancy, I think it was too much, too long of a trip. I was fine. I went to the doctor before I went. I wanted to make sure if I could take the trip. After all, I'm taking a lot of medication, and I don't want to have, it should happen when I'm all the time.
Yeah.
And Nancy just moved 2 months ago, before I came.
Where else did you travel? You and Bessie took a big trip, didn't you?
I was in Florida a lot of time. I was in Las Vegas. I was in California, in San Francisco. I was in a cruise. That's beautiful. You'll find a picture there on there with the captain. The rest day, they had a big party. I went there, but I always went with somebody. When I used to go, I went there to Asbury Park in New York for vacation. To New York I was a lot of times. But the family was there.
And you and Bessie went to Europe, didn't you?
Yeah, we went to Israel.
To Israel.
The first stop was London, and then was Rome, then was, before Paris, from London to Paris, and then was Rome, and then was Israel. Oh, to remember it. When I was okay, I didn't get sick.
Israel.
I got sick a little when on the boat when I was on the cruise. Only one evening when we came in, everybody gets sick. We couldn't eat supper.
But
it was very any trip to take for pleasure is go on a cruise.
Israel was wonderful, though, huh? Israel. When you went to Israel,
Yeah.
that was beautiful.
Oh, it's something to remember. And we had a great time, really. They take you around all over. Buses every day to take you to show things.
Was a good trip?
Yeah, it was very nice. I couldn't do it now. You have to do things when you're younger, that's all.
But you remember?
Well, then it was, as soon as I stopped working, and before I had vacation every year, 2 weeks. I went to South Haven, stayed in different hotels. I went places. I can complain. The first hardest time is when my husband died. You remain with children that they're not grown and they're not little. You wanted, all our hopes was that our children didn't want to have many children because we wanted to go to school and to have music and to have cheder, and when your dad was bar mitzvah. But we didn't have, that time it wasn't a big thing to make bar mitzvahs. It's such a part as it's now, they make like wedding. But we sent them to cheder. We moved to the new house. I was 6 years old, or started school in the new house. Then we didn't have there any much people yet. It was empty. Then we hired a teacher from, from Oakland, and he used to come. And then they opened up a little school for Hebrew. And we had one mitzvah on a Saturday. Just really a couple of friends, and then they came to the home. Then Sunday I come to the butcher shop, and they talked. The butcher talking with somebody. Oh, it was Saturday in shul, and a little boy said him after. Oi, it was so good. It was so. I came up to the butcher. I told me. I say, that was my little boy. It was your little boy. Oh, and he was so good. They give everything, everything that's, and they were good, they had a good mind. If you don't force him, he didn't like it. He didn't like cheder, but he went. They all thought that we were crazy because we put on too much pressure on Sydney. Hot, 2 children and don't know what to do with them. After coming home from school, he had to go to Cheder, to the Jewish school.
Right.
Then he had to do the practice, the piano practice. That's why we got a new piano. We thought we'll get a new piano, he'll like it better.
Uh-huh.
And then
You bought him a new piano.
Huh?
You bought a new piano for him.
Yeah, the baby grand piano then there.
How old was he?
He was 9 years.
9 years old.
Then he was really too much hungry. And then he wanted to play ball. Oh, he was playing ball that had an empty corner there near Dexter. Then all his friends were playing ball. Then they always used to say, have more children or you wouldn't push everything to them. There's 2 children who wanting to have everything. Then he didn't want it. That was so easy. But I used to recognize, when I was in the kitchen, I knew that he don't practice the right thing. Then I used to go in over there, run to the piano. Oh, no, he just didn't want it, that's all. But I forced him to. But he took lessons in Detroit Conservatory. Then one time that had the kids to play certain piece, the studied for. And he played on a Friday night and I couldn't go on, he couldn't go. And do the telling in the Detroit Conservatory.
Mm-hmm.
He came home with a little pin of flour on him. He was the best kid to play.
He's the best one.
Then on Saturday, he played on Monday, Friday night and Saturday. And the teacher said, he played it so nice. See, if that wouldn't be good, then you can do about it. But they really were good in everything. He didn't want to go to Cheder. It was just this time afternoon that he wanted to go and play ball. Then now I got smarter. I realized why he didn't. He wanted to do it. But he was very much for playing ball. But they did it. Then we had really good years. But then it didn't last. It's too young to die so young. The depression, right after the depression, we started to come already on our feet. We used to go to Chicago and buy second-hand clothes. And some in the second-hand, sometimes it's new and it's good, very good business. I used to pay $4 for a suit. I knew already what to buy. And the store that he used to go here to Chicago to buy. And you get $12 for it. You select it.
Right.
Yeah, that was good money in it. Then we started already on our feet. Then we started.
But
And I couldn't get out of the store. I had to make a living.
But you had some good
And I
years.
would still keep it if not that would be elected. But I had a friend, another store on Shane Street. I was there on Milwaukee. That I was rooming there when I was single, when I just came to Detroit anyway. Then they used to come to see me in the store after my husband died. They all felt so sad. Then they made me to sell the store. Mashke, they used to call my Jewish maid, but just came here. Get a Roisman store. Get out of the store. They're going to take away your son. Because that was that time, if you had somebody to support, they couldn't take him. Well, they scared me to death. And we decided to sell out. And we sold out. Little I sold this stuff different and they pictured the machine and all and everything with the press machine. When they didn't take him for a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they let it and he was taking his master's degree. Then they kept him till he'll finish his school, till the government. And then he was directed. Then I had him a year saved. Otherwise I would take it. If they give in, that they have to support the mother.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was disappointed that they let him finish school.
Uh-huh. So then you went,
And then he was drafted.
how long was he away
But
for?
when he was drafted, Dad was drafted.
How long was he away for?
He was away about same. But he was in Battle Creek, that was a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Or a year, I don't know, I don't remember exactly. But it was, I saved a year from him with,
Uh-huh.
and that, I had a cousin that her son or daughter graduated at the same time, Wayne University. Then she was to the graduation when she calling out that's not a name that he is in the service, but he's getting his degree, and they sent him the diploma
Mm-hmm.
to the house. For a measure I felt.
To get that.
Oh yeah, I knew the graduation. I was crying a whole day that I can't be at the graduation. But that was, that gave him a chance to finish to get his master's degree.
How old was he?
He was 21, 23, 21 I think. The first, when he started, Wayne, he graduated high school, he was 16.
Uh-huh.
Then he made his, the first degree, and then they offered him, if he wants to go for a master's degree, got paid. Then he comes home and tells me the story. Ma, what shall I do? You think we could manage? They want me to take that master's degree and they'll pay for it. I say, take it. We'll manage. And I went to work.
Went back to work.
Yeah.
Where did you work? You worked Cobos?
Yeah, I got the first job in Cobos. I had applications in the factories. They used to take in factories. In the factories, so many girls went in the hall one time. Then I had an application there when I was cold.
Mm-hmm.
But to work night, I didn't want to leave doors at night alone. That was already gone. Then, and I would make better money than in Cobos. Then I told the tailor was ahead of me, and I told him that I was cold and to work, and they made covers for the machines, the leather.
Right.
And I would have to work nights. Then he said, you want to listen to me? Stay where you are. Here you could work all the time. Then it's worth to work, get a little less, but you're not going to be laid off.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided I haven't got the heart to leave her so long. She used to cry so much, she drove me crazy, and my husband died. Only what we had with her. Used to come home and she used to sit in a corner with a swollen face, crying. Shouldn't have had daddy till he was older, when I had to lose him so young. She was so devoted, she liked that daddy so much.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wouldn't do it to her. I decided I'll stay, and I stayed 25 years.
25 years. Working for who?
For the home place.
Who owned it? Who owned Cobo Cleaners? Who was your boss?
The boss? Ed. You remember him? Ed. He used to come, sometimes I used to bring kids from Doris
Uh-huh.
for his kids. He was very good to me. Really, on COVID, when he passed by the light and saw that I'm cold, I was always very cold. And I couldn't stand the dread.
Uh-huh.
Their presses were hard, and I was right with them, what can I do? Then one day he passes by and he says that he's still in this, shake, and it was very cold. Then he comes in and closes the window. I say, Mr. Cobbett wouldn't help, they're hot.
Uh-huh.
He said, just come and tell me when they'll open up the window. I can't do it to you. And that window has to be closed.
Mm-hmm.
When Dad was getting married, then the girls from the office, he had his private office, Mr. Cobb, comes in, and I was right by the office, but the office girl, comes in, one of the girls, and said, Mamie Cobb wants to see you. Oh, I got so frightened. I said, what does he want to see me? I come in time. I never was late over soiler. When I really gave him a day's work, then I worked very hard, because I wanted to make a living.
Sure.
I come in, I say, hello, Mr. Cobb. He said, Mamie, I heard your son is getting married. And I say, yes. He said, if you need money, don't ask anybody. I'll give it to you. I'm sure you need money for a wedding.
That's wonderful.
That was something, no? I said, thank you a lot, Mr. Cooper, but I don't need it. We're managing. But if you should ever need, don't worry about it. Just come and tell me and you'll get money. You'll pay me off.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that's so nice of him. That Mr. Cooper, he's a big boss. I was very like that, because I gave him a day's work. I worked very hard.
Worked hard all your life.
They said overtime is overtime. They said come on Saturday, I come on Saturday. I was never late a day, and they were really very good to me. But the end of them, when I think about how fast they all died. The boy, he was in the Navy, the son, died so young. And she, Helen, such a beautiful couple. And Cooper himself driving in the car. And then she died right after. When they married their daughter, the granddaughter, I was invited to the wedding down in Belial is a club, but they never took in Jews.
The Detroit Yacht Club?
Yeah. And that was the wedding. And I was invited. And Ed picked me up. Ed was, he was ahead of me. And when I came in there, I'll never forget how they treated to me. Mrs. Cooper came out to take my sweater away, hang it up, and put me up with with the buses and everything. That just was as nice as could be. But when he called me into the office, I got frightened at the level. What can Cooper want? And offered me money. Bill, I'll pay it all. You'll pay me out. I'll take off from your pay. But don't ask anybody. I say, thank you, Mr. Cooper. I'll manage. Manage. And that keeps me alive, really. The job saved me alive and saved the kid. Because I want them to have everything, and it was hard to get a job.
You did a good job.
And I used to get raises and vacation. And they were nice to me. That's the main thing. I was there on another Jewish woman. Was a helper in the, where they have Sandow, that was one of the best cleaning places. Then they check everything, if a button is missing, if a seam is loose or so. Then she used to do that type of work. Then I used to tell her, then she used to bring things to Soho Hall. I was right by the office and there had a place, a little toilet. And I used to see. Then I say, Minnie, don't do this, they'll catch you. When I had cleaning to do, I checked it in. I brought it in under my till. I got a discount, but I wouldn't throw it in the bundle.
Just sneak it in.
Yeah, stick it in. I wouldn't do that. Or if I needed a small thread, when the trimming man came, I ordered
Your own.
My thread. Ed sometimes used to say, take a small thread. I say, I don't want it. Then he came in. One day, she was called into the office at Nina. Colby wants to see her. and called it, told her the story, but she can't work there because you're not allowed to bring it in your own home. She said this and that. She told me that. She said, I know why you don't want me, because I'm Jewish. He said, Mamie is Jewish too. But Mamie don't do the things that you do. See, you both yourself up an A.
Yeah.
Oh, why do things against the law? You don't have to, you check in. They gave me a discount, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't sneak in anything.
Yeah.
Sewing I did when I made for the girls, for the dancing.
But your own time.
Of my own time. I used to do it lunchtime. In the morning I always came early.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon the bell rang, I put away. No more sewing. Or sneak in.
Right.
Then she came out and she pointed and she was talking because they're high Jews and they're hate. And I told him that they're good to you, why they're good, I'm not Jew too. And that he said, I wouldn't do it to Mamie. Mamie don't do the things that you do.
So he was good to you. He was good to you. Mr. Cobo.
Yeah, Mr. Cobo.
Yeah. So you had some good times
Yeah,
and some bad.
They were really, they saved my life.
Okay.
They were good to me when I needed them all.
Yeah.
I needed, and over time I needed my pay rent a bigger. For over time you pay time and a half, I needed. Then already was, so we were all right. The first year when I couldn't work.
Well, let's stop and take a look at some of the pictures, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at the pictures.
You want to look?
Yeah.
You want to look at these pictures?
Yes. Okay. This is a picture of your family.
Yeah.
Show me who each person is.
This way?
Yeah.
This is me. That's before I came here. And this is my mother. That's my twin brother, twin sister. And this is an uncle. That's he. Through him I'm here. And this is my youngest sister from me. And this is my older brother. And this is my older sister.
Can you show me each one with their name? Tell me each one's...
The name?
Yeah.
I forgot already his name. Horace Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? How do you like that I forgot his
Your
name?
brother's name.
Oh, come to me.
You remember.
I forgot.
Okay.
And my brother's name is Schiffer.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
My father's name is Sharon. And this is Hanke. And this is David Sachman. And this is Sorke.
And your uncle? Your uncle?
Samachayim.
Chaim.
That is the name of him.